Hello everyone and welcome to the AT&T Live Proud 2014 Google Hangout. My name is John Soriano, and on behalf of AT&T, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to join us in this momentous hangout. I'm thrilled to be here as part of a special moment where we get to celebrate the importance of living proud. To provide some background, AT&T recently launched the 2014 Live Proud campaign that's centered on awareness, empowerment, and pride. To continue AT&T's long-standing commitment to diversity, we invite all fans, including the LGBT community and beyond, to share with us how they live proud by creating unique memes and sharing it on their social media channels, and also going to our Live Proud Facebook app page at att.com/liveproud. So by sharing an approved meme with the hashtag ATTLiveProud, all participants will be entered into a drawing where of the memes submitted, 4 lucky winners will be selected at random for a chance to attend a meet and greet and private event with Adam Lambert. Hello Adam, welcome.
Hi.
Everyone say hi to Adam.
Good.
And 1 lucky grand prize winner will be selected to spend one-on-one time with Adam himself, as well as attend the meet and greet and private event in New York City. No, but that's not all. We're also selecting an additional 5 lucky winners to receive an amazing AT&T technology prize package. How cool is that? So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our spokesperson for the campaign. He's a long-standing advocate for the LGBT community. And then with his latest album, Trespassing, he became the first openly gay artist to debut #1 on the Billboard charts. Next week, he will head out on a North American tour with Queen. And so please help me extend a warm welcome to Mr. Adam Lambert.
Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you doing today?
Good, really good, thank you.
Perfect. So for this hangout, we are focused on awareness, empowerment, and pride. So we want to give you, our audience, a voice and a chance to ask Adam questions. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with RichFerraro. So Rich, would you go ahead and introduce yourself and feel free to ask Adam your question.
Sure. First thing, happy Pride Month, Adam and everyone watching.
Thank you.
I'm RichFerraro. I'm the Vice President of Communications and Programs at GLAAD, an LGBT advocacy organization. And we actually named the AT&T Live Proud campaign as one of the best LGBT Pride campaigns of 2014 on brandchannel.com last week. And we wanted to hear from you what the AT&T Live Proud campaign was all about.
You know, I think it's a really exciting thing because I think it gives the LGBT community a chance to have a voice. Because sometimes it feels like being a minority, we don't necessarily have a voice. And I think this campaign really empowers people to kind of show who they are, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then I was there last year at the GLAAD Media Awards when you received the Davidson Valentini Award, and
Aww.
I thought it was great. You brought your mom as your special guest,
Yep.
and she could not have been prouder of you.
And she looked good too, right? She looked fierce.
She looked fierce.
Mom's
yes,
proud.
And you did, as always, too. So you received the award for being outspoken about coming out and about LGBT issues like bullying and marriage equality. We were just wondering what other LGBT issues that you felt passionate about.
You know, my thing is I think the bullying issues in schools. I think kids coming up now, I think it's easier for them more and more to be honest about who they are, but there's still some challenges, you know. I think that's something that we should start focusing even more on. I think there's been some great work that's been done, but definitely for the young people kind of struggling with their identity for the first time, I think we should lend them as much power as we can.
For sure.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you, Rich. Now we're going to pass it on to Tyler.
Hey everyone, I'm Tyler. I'm with Passport Magazine. It's a gay and lesbian travel magazine. So
where are we going? Where are we going, Tyler? Where are we traveling to?
Where do you want to go?
Where's you got a free trip for me or what?
Where are you taking me?
How are you?
So, good. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Really good.
Yeah. So I want to know what your Live Proud moment is.
You know, I mean, it's kind of an easy way out, but this is actually amazing because, you know, to be a part of a campaign like this kind of is the most exciting thing. I get to use my celebrity for this amazing cause. You know, I have a lot of amazing loyal fans, and bringing them into this and having them mix with people that, you know, are part of the LGBT community and that people that AT&T have pulled in. It's a great kind of melting pot of different lifestyles and backgrounds, and we can all sit here and talk about ways in which we want to be who we are, you know? And I think that applies to everybody. It's really exciting.
Yeah, and you're doing a great job because this is the second year you're doing it. So
Yeah, no, it was really fun last year, and you know, all the elements of the campaign they felt good. It feels like real stuff, you know. It resonates.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So I want to know, you did a lot of theater before you went on Idol.
Uh-huh.
And have you ever thought about doing something with Broadway here in New York?
You know, I'm sure there will be the time that it happens. I'm sure it'll happen. I think right now I'm focused on some other projects, but I'm not ruling it out. You know, I grew up doing theater. It's a part of who I am, and it made me the performer that I am. So there will come a time, I think.
I bet you could pull off a mean head wig. We already know you could work the eyeliner and that glitter. So
I don't know. I hear that Neil Patrick Harris is pretty incredible. I have to go see it still. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. So
Great.
well, thanks.
Thank you.
And thank you, Tyler. So now we're going to move on to Renee.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Adam. I'm Renee Snyder from New
Hi, Renee.
Zealand.
I know you.
I know you. How are you?
Good to see you.
You too. So I wanted to ask, what made you decide to take part in the AT&T Live Proud campaign?
I think it's an amazing opportunity. You know, I think anything that I can do that can help people be who they are, or encourage them to tell other people who they are. I love anything that has to do with giving empowerment. You know, and AT&T has set up this amazing platform, and they have their ability to reach so many people and to get this thing out there. I think it's just it's an awareness campaign. It's great.
It is great, and we're so thrilled that you're doing the second year. It was fun last year, and it's going to be good again.
Yeah.
And I have another question for you. If you could turn back time and do one song with Freddie Mercury, what would that be?
Oh, which one would I want to sing with him? Well, Under Pressure is a duet, but I don't know if I would be able to pick between Bowie or Freddie. That would be hard. So, if I had to sing one with him, it would probably be like one of the big ballads, like maybe like Who Wants to Live Forever, and we could harmonize, and wouldn't that be crazy?
People would go nuts.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I had gotten to meet him, you know?
Great. Well, thank you, Renee, for your questions.
Thanks, Renee.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to move on to Matt. Matt, go ahead and say hi to Adam.
Hey Adam, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. My name is Matt Stout, and I am the founder and CEO of LGBTsupport.org. And I was really curious to find out where I can get additional information about this campaign.
I think you can go onto AT&T.com/liveproud. There's everything is posted there, all the details, because this is a contest. Get ready. I want to see some good memes out there. All right.
Perfect. And my other question is, when you were coming to accept yourself, what kind of resources were not available to you at the time that you would have found useful?
That's a really good point. I think so much has changed, you know, since I was a teenager trying to figure out who I was. I think the only thing that I had was sitcom television, Will and Grace. I think that's the closest thing I had to a resource. You know, there wasn't a lot of information on the internet. There wasn't a lot of community. Nowadays, we have social media. We have, you know, Facebook, and we have Twitter, and we have all these ways to connect with other people. So I think I probably would have used that when I was a teenager. I probably would have used social media to meet others like me and understand who I was a little bit better.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great, and thank you, Matt. So now we're going to move on to Stacy. Stacy, please say hi to Adam.
Hi, Adam. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm so awesome. Thank you very much.
Are you in
I'm from
Australia?
New Zealand.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Actually.
Right on.
Yeah, calling in this morning. So it's really exciting to be here. Now, my question is, you know, obviously I'm an international, but it would apply to anyone. How can I take part in the Live Proud campaign?
Is it international? It's international. Oh, it's not. Well, sorry. I don't think you can take part in the contest, but you can certainly look at all of the material. And I think that even if you can't be a contest participant, I think you can take it upon yourself to adopt this campaign yourself. You know, I think that it's a great way to go out there and use your resources like social media and the internet to help encourage people that you know in your life or people that you meet to be who they are. You know, I think that
Thank
that's
you.
something that everybody can do.
Yeah, sure. So I've already made a meme, but yes, obviously not eligible for the grand prize.
You know what? Tweet it anyway, share it anyway. I'm sure it'll be.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's great. What was your meme?
Oh my gosh, I've made a couple. I think it was I live proud by living all of me.
Ooh.
And so just, making
like
sure
that.
that people know that. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
My second question for you is, of all the songs that you've written and performed, is there one that resonates most with you regarding your feelings about LGBT social issues?
You know, on the last album, I did a song called Outlaws of Love. And that was very obviously about being an outcast, being part of a group of people that feels ostracized or put down or kind of worn on. And I tried to write it in a way that kind of could apply to a lot of different things, because one of the things I feel that's really important being a pop singer is that I have a wide audience of different types of people from different walks of life. And if through song I can find a way to reach as many people as possible, then I've done what I've set out to do, you know. And so that song is kind of written in a way where it could be about a lot of different things, because I wanted people to understand that the emotion is universal, regardless of gender or orientation or race or religion. All that stuff is part of it, but the feeling is universal. We all feel, you know.
A beautiful song too, one of my
Thank
favorites.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Stacy. Now we're gonna go on to Debbie. Debbie, go ahead and say hi to Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Debbie.
I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Well, howdy. How are you?
Hot. I'm a very dedicated fan, and Lambert. And my first question for you is, when will the contest winners be announced?
I think they're going to be around every other week from, what is the dates? June?
I think it should be in the next couple weeks. Yep.
Yeah. It's June 2nd through August 10th. Every other week they're going to announce winners.
And you'll announce my name, right?
Oh, yeah.
And my second question for you is, through many years of working with your fans and together with all the people, your fan base has formed a Glamily.
Yeah.
And so people like me that wouldn't have become LGBT advocates are now allies. And you've opened this up to people all over the world, and I believe that you will continue to do that. And I'm getting emotional, sorry. But if you could, Adam, if you could have your fans do one thing, just ask your fans to do one thing to help forward universal civil rights, what would it be?
Well, I think it kind of starts with us in a way. I think that one of the things that's so beautiful is that in this community that we've all created together, there's so much love and support and praise and encouragement. But I think we have to watch ourselves sometimes, because I've seen some stuff online where it gets a little catty and it gets a little snippy and a little judgmental and competitive. It starts with us, you know. The more positive and accepting and open we are with each other, that sets an example for others to follow, I think. So as far as like the bigger picture, I think, you know, it kind of goes along with what this campaign is about. It's about acceptance. It's about welcoming anybody, no matter what. It's about being open and appreciating each other and appreciating each other's differences, you know? So it really begins with us and the way that we act towards each other as fans. I mean, that's a nice way to set an example.
No judging.
Exactly. No competing. It's music, it's entertainment, you know, and I think that I've seen a lot of really good things come out of it, and that makes me really happy. And those are the things that I pay attention to the most. And the support that I've received through you guys has been crazy, and the support you guys have given each other. I mean, I see groups of fans at shows that have become friends with each other. It's created a social scene for them. That's what this is all about, you know?
That's what happened after you came here to Fiesta, Texas. There's
Yeah.
a group of us here in San Antonio, about 8 of us, that became best friends. So
Aw.
we have you to thank for that. Yeah.
Well, it's really nice to hear that it's been able to open your mind about LGBT issues. You know, I think that's really exciting because that is kind of the next wave that we're in. It's not only the LGBT community; it's the community interfacing with the rest of the world, and it's becoming such a mainstream thing now, and it's becoming more and more accepted as a civil rights movement. It's really important for us to kind of just all be equal, you know, and all just be people. So thank you. Thank you for reminding me that that is possible.
Great, thank
We
you.
love you.
Thank you. I love you.
Great, thank you, Debbie. And thank you guys for your questions to Adam. So now we're going to transition over and get the viewing audience to ask some questions as well.
Cool.
All right, so let's see. The first question for you is from Paula Michelle O, and she wants to know, what's the best advice you can give to any young person who's unsure of their identity?
You know, there's no rush.
Yeah.
There's no rush. I mean, I think identity is, I think psychologically, it's kind of necessary to figure out who you are and what you're about. I think everybody strives for that. But there's no rush, and you're allowed to explore, and you're allowed to not be sure about it. You're allowed to kind of say, I don't know. And I think that's kind of part of growing up. But don't feel stressed that you have to define yourself all the time. I think in this world, there's a lot of pressure on that. You know, we have Facebook, and you have to check a box for this or that or the other thing. And in actuality, you don't have to decide. You can just check it all out.
Great. So the next question comes from Marita P. So she wants to know, what is your favorite Queen song?
My favorite Queen song? It's really hard to pick a favorite. I mean, I've been singing so many of them now for the last couple weeks, and I don't know. I think it depends on the mood I'm in. I mean, if you want my favorite, like, kind of sexy, aggressive one, I think Another One Bites the Dust is one. If you want something that's a bit more deep, emotional, kind of powerful, Who Wants to Live Forever is pretty incredible.
Definitely.
I mean, there's songs for kind of every mood with Queen's catalog. That's what makes them such an amazing band.
Great, great. All right, so the next question that we have is from Maggie Joanna Lambert. And her question is, what inspires you most when writing songs?
Life. I mean, life and relationships and all kinds of relationships, romantic, friends, family. Yeah, I think like social trends and movements and things that are happening in pop culture inspire me. Yeah.
Great. All right. So another one is from Sadaf Ansari, and Sadaf wants to know, what song do you never get tired of? That's a good one.
What Do You Want From Me always feels really good, you know, and I think part of it is that it connects with so many people because it was a big hit. That one always feels good. It feels good because it feels honest every time, you know.
Definitely.
Pink wrote a good song.
All right, so here's a fun one from Glam1877. What's the last movie you watched?
The last movie I watched, I don't know. I was on a plane coming back from London. What did I watch on the plane? Oh, That Awkward Moment. It was really cute. It was very cute. I liked it.
Great. And then, so last question from the viewing audience is from Henna. So what's the most important thing in your life?
The most important thing in my life? That is such a big question. That's huge. I don't even know how to break that down. I think happiness, actually. As I get older, I realize that that's the kind of underlying most important thing. Because when you're not happy, it all kind of ripples into everything else you do. So, you know, I'm a pretty ambitious person, and I have a lot of goals, and that's really important to me as well. But happiness is kind of the most important thing.
Great.
And I think connection to other people has a big effect on my happiness. So, yeah.
Awesome. Good answer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for submitting your questions. Now we're going to go back to the panel and have them ask Adam a few more questions. So, Rich, do you want to go ahead and ask Adam another question?
Yeah, sure. So at GLAD, we're working with a lot of athletes who are starting to come out. Jason Collins and Darren Young with the WWE,
Yep.
Brittany Griner with the WNBA. I really think that you opened a lot of doors in the entertainment industry, starting your career as an out performer. And I just wanted to hear what your reaction was when you found out that you were the first out performer to debut at #1 and really be part of LGBT history.
You know, that was crazy. I didn't realize that it hadn't yet been done. It was kind of a surprise. And it does feel kind of like, whoa, really? You know, in this time, in this day and age, it's the first, and it feels really good. And I love all the movement that we're having right now. I think, you know, all the athletes that are coming out, it's a big step forward, especially in that field, because that's a field that's so associated with, especially the men that are coming out with masculinity and being a man, you know, in America, it has this sort of, you know, stigma, and it's a big step forward for us to kind of prove people wrong and to kind of shake it up and challenge stereotypes, you know?
Yeah, it's sending a great message to kids that you could grow up to have the #1 album in the country, you can grow up to be an NBA star, next you can grow up to be president and still be gay too.
And I think the other thing that's really important right now too, that in moving forward with the gay community, is that for the longest time, I think the community was really pushing to create an image of normalcy for the gay community, which is really important. I think that's how we kind of move forward, and that's how we like kind of help the, you know, the straight community understand us better and feel like we're the same. What I love as being an artist, as being a creative person, is that I have the freedom to just be whatever I want to be. And I don't have to be a certain type of gay man. I can just be. And early on, that was a little harder than it's becoming now. Now it's getting easier and easier because there's more people in the public eye that are out. So we get more diversity. But it's definitely been a bit of an uphill battle. Yeah.
Well, congrats on all the success, though.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rich. So Tyler, do you have another question for Adam?
I do. I want to know what the one thing is that you can't travel without.
I mean, my iPhone is like my lifeline. I mean, I'm sure most people can agree with me. I mean, like, you know, it has everything on there. It has your music and your internet and your... If I lose my phone, especially when I'm traveling, I feel like my arms have been cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
don't I know it?
It's brutal. You know that feeling, like, or your phone runs out of batteries and you're like, oh my gosh. It's like anxiety takes over you, you know?
I always carry a little mobile charger with me. So.
You're smart. I am not organized enough to do that, but I should.
Well, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, yeah.
Thank you, Tyler. Renee, do you have another question for Adam?
Sure. Adam, has your vision of what you'd like to achieve in your music career changed over the past 5 years? And if so, how has it changed?
Yeah, of course it's changed. I mean, everything's changed. I mean, I think it's funny in general because I think a lot of people, you're introduced to the public and that's it for a lot of the public. They're like, oh, this is who you are. They you know, put you in a box and boil you down into a black and white kind of idea. But we're all people and we all grow and evolve. And so in the last 5 years, I've definitely like reevaluated things. My perspective is shifted. I've learned a lot about the music industry, and learning about it and understanding it has kind of encouraged me to do different things or make different choices. I've also feel like that I've been able to branch out a little bit. Like I did Glee this year, which was really fun, and now I'm on tour with Queen. I'm still working on my own music as well at the same time. I'm learning that you can work on a lot of different things at once, and how amazing that feels, you know, to always be creatively inspired, you know?
Right, and appeal to a lot of different people.
Yeah, and you know, it's an interesting balancing act too, because being an entertainer, you want to put on a show for people and you want to do it for the audience. And then there's the other part of you as an artist that does it for yourself and has integrity. So that balancing act has really been interesting to kind of figure out. Because I think you have to have both sides of it to actually really hit it on the head.
And it seems like you're achieving it.
I hope so. You know what? It's a really, at the end of the day, I think the most important thing is just keep having fun with it. It's easy to accidentally take it too seriously because it means so much to me. But when I start taking it too seriously, it just gets too heavy and it gets too stressful. And it's music. It's entertainment, you know? I get to play dress up. and sing for people, you know? It's the best job in the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thanks, Renee. So we have time for a few more questions.
All right.
So Matt, go ahead. Do you have a question? Another question for Adam?
I do. My question for you is, what is the greatest piece of advice you have ever been given?
Whew, I don't really know. I've gotten a lot of great advice from a lot of great people in my life. I don't know if I'd be able to say it was like a specific piece of advice, but just certain people in my life have kind of shown me a lot and provided good example. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I grew up in a house where they really encouraged me and allowed me to be exactly who I was. I had a lot of freedom of expression with my family, and I appreciate them for that a lot.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. Stacy, you're up. What's your question for Adam?
Great. Well, Adam, I know at the start maybe you originally didn't necessarily want to accept the role as an LGBT advocate and instead just wanted to be seen as that performer. How do you view the position you're in now as such a role model, and do you see this growing or changing in any way?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have gotten more comfortable with it. I think, like everything, and I've mentioned this already, it's a balancing act because, you know, this is like one of the best parts of my celebrity is that I get to use it to help other people and encourage people and be an example. And some of it kind of crosses over into my actual, you know, my actual skill, and some of it doesn't. And I don't know, I think it's just going to keep unfolding organically, you know? I get these amazing opportunities like this AT&T Live Proud campaign to encourage people and to be a role model. And I think it just took a little time, and I, you know, eased into the role.
And did it very gracefully.
Not always, but thank you. Thank you for thinking so.
All right, thank you, Stacy. So we're going to take the last question from Debbie. Then.
Okay.
Okay, great. Adam, you talked about how appealing to many different kinds of people is important in, you know, forwarding the LGBT issues. And I've been lucky enough to see you perform live, and there is a synergy that takes place between you and your band and the audience. It's just this energy that molds, and I want to know what drives that because it's very unique.
I think one of the best things for that is kind of spontaneity, is not planning a lot when I'm on stage. I mean, obviously the songs are already written, but being able to have a lot of freedom in how I'm singing the song or what I'm doing while I'm singing the song or the people in the audience, I think that's what creates that feeling, is the spontaneous thing. I think that's the part of performing that I love the most, is the magic that just happens out of nowhere when something just clicks. Sometimes it can get you into trouble if you do the wrong thing spontaneously, but most of the time it can be really magical. And like with the Queen stuff that we're doing, that is very much the MO of how we're approaching the concert, is that it should just feel organic. It should feel free. It's not like, okay, on this note you have to do this with this hand. And it's interesting because I think some people assume that as a performer everything is mapped out that much. I think some performers are that way, but I don't work that way. I like just kind of letting it happen. So yeah.
And you're interacting with the audience, and it just.
Well, you guys are really fun to interact with, so there you go. You guys give me a lot.
The Lamberts are going crazy over every detail of the upcoming Queen and Adam Lambert tour.
It's gonna be unbelievable. I'm so excited. And wait till you see what I'm wearing. Wait till you see my costumes.
I will see you in Houston.
Yay, good. I can't wait.
All right. Well, thank you, Debbie, and thank you, Adam.
Of course.
You guys have been wonderful. So I encourage you guys to check out AT&T Live Proud campaign by going to our Facebook app page and sharing with us your unique memes.
Do you know what a meme is?
A meme is something that, for me, it's something that you create that you want to express yourself.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
So for me, like I live proud through my family,
Okay.
you know, and so it's also like an image that you can share, and it goes viral too. So
Okay.
it's something that's great that you can utilize for social media.
So for those of you out there that are competing for this meme thing, it has to be clever or else it's not going to go viral.
Exactly.
That's the idea, right?
Yep,
It has to
exactly.
be some like saying or kind of catchphrase,
Yep.
right?
Something fun, you know,
Or
and something
funny,
that
or like a
definitely-
weird spelling, or a weird.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yep.
it has to be something memorable that sticks, you know, or else it's
Great.
not a meme.
Well, thank you again, Adam, and thank you everyone on behalf of AT&T, and you guys have a great day.